Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I am Janet Singer, the co-founder and political director of Crimson Ghost Blue. It's so great to see friends who've been around since we hatched this idea 3 years ago of gathering our alumni community to work for a more just American democracy. And it is wonderful to see the sea of new faces, some of whom we met at reunions this past weekend. Being in Harvard Yard always makes me nostalgic. And though nostalgia is backward looking, it's backward looking to a time when we had our futures ahead of us. We had a lot of dreams, and I don't think any of us could quite have imagined what this future that we are living now would be. But we did know that there was an expectation that we would have a hand in shaping the future, an outsized hand, given the privilege that our education afforded us. Walking through the yard last weekend, we saw a few famous people like writer Nicholas Kristof and Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. But mostly we spoke with folks who, though not famous, are big fish in whatever size pond they're in. And our conversations revealed how deeply we all care about the inequities in our society and the threats to our democracy. I hope you all feel the power in this room tonight. On Radcliffe Day, I listened to the brilliant Sherrilyn Ifill, nationally recognized expert on voting rights, who just completed her groundbreaking tenure as the president of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. She laid out what is happening to our democracy. She reminded us that as we all think about what occurred on January 6th, we should not forget what we accomplished on January 5th. That most unlikely outcome of 2 Democratic senators winning in Georgia because of the huge effort to which we contributed to get them elected. In Ifill's words, on January 5th, we helped create a world that was beginning to have a sense of inclusivity. It was a tremendous showing of activist power, and Ifill argued that what is happening now, the embrace of white supremacy, the attempt to unravel the very fabric of our democracy, is a reaction to that. She went on to say that the cruelty of the MAGA faction of the Republican Party is because they fear what will happen to their rule if the power of empathy and inclusivity reigns. They saw the nation's empathy in the peaceful Black Lives Matter demonstrations, and they were afraid, and now we're experiencing the backlash. As the 2022 midterms approach, we are facing an uphill battle. In midterms, the voters whose party is in power often get complacent or despondent, and midterms are about turnout, or more accurately, who doesn't turn out. We have to put everything we can into making sure that Democratic voters don't sit this one out. Midterms also are often a referendum on the president. And as we know, Biden is not too popular these days. So it is up to us to make this election not a referendum, but a choice. A choice between a party with empathy and a party that votes against increasing the supply of formula for babies. A choice between a party that promotes gun safety and wants to ban assault rifles and a party that wants to ban books. A choice between a party that believes women should be the deciders of our lives and a party that wants to criminalize healthcare. A choice between the party that wants to make sure every eligible voter, Black, brown, poor, disabled, gay, trans, has a voice in our democracy, and the party that wants to make it difficult, especially for the disempowered, to vote. What is worth fighting for? In 2018, we created a blue wave to get MAGA Republicans out of office. And in 2020, we voted Donald Trump out. That was hard work. And we all wished that that meant our work was done, that we could take a cycle off. But we can't, because if we do, they will win. We cannot spend this year complaining about missed political opportunities or strategic blunders or undisciplined democratic messaging. We can control what the messaging is. We must use the privileged position everyone here has to have an impact on the future of our democracy. We have megaphones to amplify winning messages, and it is up to us to use them. Let's talk a little bit about what our messaging should be. To start, we must make our case from the heart, not from the head. Facts don't win elections. Start instead with shared values, like as Americans, no matter our race or gender, we all want our children to be safe in school. Then offer up the comparison, the choice, what we offer and what they want to destroy. Lift up the good the Democrats are bringing and compare it to what the other side is offering. Whether or not Trump is on the ballot, the MAGA faction is. We need to save our country from them. We are a mighty force and we must do the next right thing. I will be back later in the evening after a little entertainment to lay out our laser-focused plan for Democratic victory in the midterms. We will need every one of you to take part, and I hope you will all leave tonight with a determination to play a role. We will show you how and where to give your time, your money, and your voice to lift up our democracy. And we'll send a follow-up email by the end of this week with all the links we share tonight.